What's up guys, it's Rowan here from AOSTV. And going to university is a big decision. You know, the course that you pick, the university you pick is going to influence your health, wealth and life for at least the next decade, if not longer. Now, university also costs a lot. While you might not pay for it up front, the total cost, if you factor in opportunity cost, which is the lost opportunity of earning money in a job while you're studying, stacks up to be over $250,000. That's right, it's a big investment. So in this video, you're going to learn how to actually choose a university and a course, because really what you're going to discover is if you're spending $250,000 on university, you need to treat it like an investment that is no different to buying your first house or apartment or putting money in the stock market. So let's find out what you need to think about and what you can learn from making your first investment and choosing a university. So when you're thinking about a university, I want you to think about it like you were buying a house. Now, the first thing is, if you were going to buy a house, you wouldn't just go and inspect one house, walk in and be like, yes, this is it. Right now, sure, you might, but to be honest, what you'd probably do really is you'd go and inspect a bunch of houses. You'd go into one, you'd go into another, you'd go into another, and you'd get the feel and go, actually, you know what, by comparing, I like this one best. So equally, don't just go to one university open day and go, yes, done, this is it. Go to a range of open days. Now, secondly, if you were buying a house, you would also go into a lot more research around, what are the best interest rates? What are comparable prices? Right, what's prices in the suburb based on 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, houses, apartments? You do all the research to make a really informed decision. So the same thing should really apply about university. You want to evaluate it on, multiple categories, right? You want to look at it from the point of, global standings, domestic rankings, quality of teachers, employment outcomes, accommodation, clubs and societies, all of these factors that are going to influence your experience at university. So, build the hit list of the factors that are important to you so you can actually do a proper compare and contrast, because you wouldn't do any less if you were buying your first property. Now, the final and third thing is, if you were going to an open home inspection, right, you'd want to come with a list of maybe questions or things that you were looking for explicitly. So when you go to that first open day or those open days at university, don't turn up without any questions and just think that you'll get inspired on the day to come up with a great question. Do the research, identify the key things that you want to know more about. Right, so if you were inspecting a house, or let's say an apartment, you might be wanting to get a sense of strata. What are the strata rates? If it was a house, what are the council rates in the area that you want to do a bit of research on? You'd want to get a sense of past sales history. There's key things that you'd be doing with a house or an apartment, and you need to be doing the same with your university. So to wrap up, I want you to remember and realize that going to university is an investment, right? You may not be paying that money up front, but you are going to pay at some point, right? So it's an investment of money. It's a big investment of money. Treat it as such. And that means doing the same due diligence that you would do if you were investing money in a house, apartment, or even on the stock market. So if you have any questions about how to choose the right university for you, leave them in the comments below. Love to support you on your journey. And of course, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe buttons. We bring videos every single week, and so I will see you next week.